The life that we have been given is what we make out of it, isn't it? The life that we have been given. Or if we are deluded into thinking that we're doing it, whatever be the case. The life that we are living, experiencing is what we make out of it. Depending on how we're seeing it, we perceive it that way. So each one's mind is in a different place and state to understand things in life. And so it goes with love and grace. We've tried everything out there. There's nothing left to see that we haven't seen. And if you're one of us wanting to try a different thing, try this. It's a different, it's not even different. I think it's just there. We've just come into seeing it now. There's a lot of peace here. Although in this day and age, the concept of peace and space is new and it's uncomfortable. Storms are waiting right around the corner to barge in and occupy the space of peace. That doesn't matter. These storms and these things come and go just like anything else. It's true. All teachings, all lessons are there in life because it's all a play of matter and spirit. Energies that occupy the space in the form of matter with an intended spirit. Get it? Energies that are occupying the space with an intended spirit through a vehicle called the matter, which is the body, anything, it's anything around you, objects. I've been going through a lot of where do I start? Just in this recent happenings. Because that's what I'm doing here and that's what I'm sharing. What is given to me as a life is what I'm making out of it. And I have been given the gift to experience it with some kind of an awareness and to want to do this work. So then I also have this concept in my mind of offering my gifts back to God, which then the world also receives in a much more filtered way, in a pure way. It's the other way around, rather than being a slave, letting our gifts be taken and then put a value to it. And that's what that's how the world works. Nothing really worked for me, everything was blocked. So again, it comes back to what life you've been given. Whatever is in control is what you make out of it. And for me, it gives me immense joy to give it back to God and then freely share it with the world. See, there is no shyness there. There is no possessiveness that it's my gift, it's my talent. And one is free in that space to be able to stay in a peaceful state even through the storms. When you're in that state of mind, you can actually work better. You can actually find ways to cope with it. One can find a place in the mind to deal with it maturely, to deal with it with a little more centered attitude, with a balanced mind, balanced emotions. That way, we don't feel so horrible about ourselves. It takes a while to wobble and come back to the center, but once you get a hang of it, it's very, very easy, because now we understand the truth of what it is. I may come to the point going round and round and round with all these gadgets and discs and computers and phones. I've come a long way. I'm an ex-IT, so I've been through some stuff. We had good stuff then. We had a CD, we had CDs, we had CD burners. Now a phone doesn't even come with a jack to connect a microphone. I was using the computer, some software I was using for recording just hung up on me. I'm trying to do some videos with all these recordings, so on and so forth. And I'm just laughing at all these, massive. In those days, we used to call it a tax. Every time we would sit to give darshan or some experience is happening. Darshan, we call it darshan because you're seeing it. And in that presence, there were so many magical things happen, beautiful things happen. It's darshan, we call it darshan. If someone is showing their best part, we call it darshan. So anyway, all these things have been happening, but magically things are being working out. I found my old plug and play CD player, in which I had a software that I installed, and I was using that. I was very excited. I'm like, wow, this is great. It's going very smooth. Smoother than I thought. Because nothing like a software in hardware. See, you can find spiritual teachings in anything if you want to search for it. It's crazy, but it's cute. How long and how much are we going to keep piling up these offenses that the world has poured on us through people, through loved ones? It's become a big mountain now. We're not even able to carry it. It's become so big, right? We could, if we want to. It can become a one-step program. Just turn on the switch and we're there in the light. It could be that easy. So it is a test of how your thought life is. That reflects how your talk life is. What you're saying, is it matching what you're thinking? Then to deal with the doing part, we can go to how many of our scriptures, ancient, everything. We can be with that. It's awesome to be in the presence of some good word, prayers, chantings. It's nice. It's wonderful because it creates a space of respect, and that kind of calms down all this chatter and all the chaos that we have to go back to the world to. But let me tell you, it doesn't have to be two different things. We can bring in that into our daily life, mundane things. It's not at all wrong, or there's no right or wrong. You just ride along with it. And I'm telling you, I'm creating scriptures here, even with the littlest of experiences. I am being blessed by this space and place here. Not that I am in a very calm and peaceful place. No, I'm not sitting by the ocean and I don't have 10 people working with me, helping me out. No, all this is happening solo, all alone. So come on. If me coming from a place of complete brokenness and fallen place and I'm here, I think anyone can do it. from a child to any age, doesn't matter how old the body is. Once you click with that energy, it makes sense because it's mundane, it's practical. When we come into this place and fix it, do something about it, then it starts to clear out. More than just reading a scripture or praying, like a ritual, although that is all beautiful. Like I said, I love the concept of worshipping, love the concept of sounds coming together, filling the space with soothing peace, it's all wonderful. But can we live like that also? We don't have to go somewhere. It's right here within us, wherever we are at. We can bring heaven into earth. I think it's time, isn't it? We've been praying for a long time. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we assume heaven is some beautiful place, a peaceful place. Why not bring it here on earth? It's like I said, I'm living in a place of complete chaos. All the time there's noise, something or the other is all the time happening. Activities are at its peak. Or shall I say insanity is at its peak. We can find some kind of a sanity. That's what we're all seeking. Is some place where we can feel sane and we can feel like our life is respected, that there is some value to it. It's time. I just want the spell to be broken, Put some magic golden dust on it and just break it. What that means, it just turn on the light. Darkness is gone. The spell is gone. You're not mentally, you're awake, you're not mentally like lost in this over and over and over and over again. How much of this junk we're collecting. Come on, it's time to go and dump it in the main place, wherever that is. If you're praying, this is it. If you're listening to this and you can feel there is a spirit of joy and a happiness and love here, it melts all those things that you're carrying. You came here, which was an excuse. So thank it for you to come here and receive the healing and the blessing, right? Hallelujah. It has to be practical. It has to be able to practice in your life. That's what I'm doing here and that's what I'm sharing. I'm just in detail. Nothing was working. I had connected the TV, which is it was a nightmare. Not a good TV, but I'm trying to turn bad things into good, which is what he did to us. It was being done to us. Now I'm here where I'm choosing to do it. So you see, this love and grace that keeps filling your heart and your life without even you knowing. Sometimes so many people are being blessed. They have no idea they're being blessed. They're being saved from dying, because this is all about life. The time of dying and sacrifices and all that, it's gone. We have to live now. We have to give it to the life that we're living. That's what makes more sense, because it's going to go away after some time. Things break. That's what I'm talking about. I connected it to the computer. I don't know what happened. I have absolutely no idea. Even from my most intelligent part of my brain, I can't figure out what happened. So my microphone won't work. Now I can't record the stuff. Now I'm trying to get another software that we had in a CD, but it's somewhere else, so we're finding it. It's not arrived yet. And what do I do in the meantime? But at no point, I'm watching myself. I am not giving it any hatred. I'm saying, fine, you're there creating a storm. Because when you lose that mood, when you bring in that energy of hatred and anger and all that, it just contaminates everything else. Then where am I going to sit and talk, give beautiful talks, right? At that time, it's gone. No, I love this so much that I'm carrying it with me. And what I'm seeing is what this kind of a spirit does, it just clears out all the other spaces. It doesn't matter. Even a hard disk, it breaks. Okay, you put it in a cloud, that can also break. Okay, you put it somewhere else in an SD card, it's possible that can also break. Even all the AI now, they're saying, they're giving warning, right? It's okay, it need not be accurate. It may not be accurate. It may be wrong, and still we go for it, still we believe in it, still we are deluded to accept it as truth, and based on that we are living our life, even having relationships. See, you have to start somewhere to clear it out, then it will be like a chain effect. Somewhere it has to break in the circuit, for the current to go a different direction, the energy to mutate into different, because there's no end to that. So why give it all that emotion and all that? Let it go. It's okay, because we've understood the truth. That's what happens. The feeling of, I don't want it to happen, I don't want it to break, I don't want this person to be like this. It doesn't work that way. That way the war never ends, because the conflict is within us, isn't it? That part of the mind that is so stubborn and so adamant, won't let go. How do I let go? We don't. We create a part of ourselves that can talk or voice dialogue like this within ourselves, that can find the truth. Okay, this is how it is. It's matter. It can break and it can die. Same thing with the body. This body is going to die one day. I'm not saying live with it with this thought, but it is a truth that needs to be accepted. See, this work is so beautiful that while I'm talking about it, things happen. It's beautiful. I just had to pause because I was getting an Amazon delivery. So you just pause it, you go get it. Before, it used to be very, very difficult to do anything worldly. Because in our mind, we thought, oh, it's some high spiritual thing. You have to be this, you have to be that. Although it's good, because that's a start. Dress up good, feel good, go to the church. But what if that church is within us? All the gifts are within us. So matter has an expiration date. It does cease to exist. But how we deal with it, how we use it, respect it, it makes a big difference. It does affect little things, like in the kitchen. You have a habit of throwing the dishes, putting your anger in it, cooking with all the bitterness in you, and then we're eating that food. Think about it. It is science. It's science. When we touch things with, at least not with hatred. Okay, if I say do it with love, then it starts to sound creepy. It starts to sound weird. But you know what I mean. You have a good attitude. You have a good feeling about being in the space. Every little thing in your house, you know where it is. You're cleaning up the junk. That's when it happens within us, with our thoughts, in our mind. You make it, even if it is true that somebody is doing something harm and it's very, very bad, we don't feed it. You see, when we feed that monster, then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then as it gets bigger, it gets harder and harder and harder to eliminate it. Now we're stuck with it. Now then we tend to go into deeper delusion of, okay, I cannot change, this is how I am. Make everybody's life miserable. No, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that hard. Like we were talking about, it's a soft thing, soft power. Somebody was holding my hand the other day, and another distraction from the phone. Let me deal with it happily, with love. No big deal. Little bit of distraction. It's okay. You deal with it and move on. When we make a distraction the very focus of our life, that's when we are, we are lost. How long we're going to play this game? Lost, found, or found, and we go back again to being lost. Why can't we be found and then stay found in that place? I know it sounds quirky, but right? Come on, laugh it off. Who cares? So what? Doesn't matter. These thoughts are in my mind, in my hard disk. So even if I don't get to record something, all that feeling of, all the feelings that actually creates an imbalance or makes you feel like you're not in the center, or you feel lost, you feel like somebody else has to do the work for you, you feel helpless, you feel all those things, all those wonderful feelings. To touch it, to just shine the light upon it, simple, with awareness, and then it's gone. How beautiful it will be. This is simple, right? And this kind of a simple beauty, we get back the innocence, we are radiating a very comfortable energy, then we can help others. Can help others to also rise up to be in that place and space. And you are watching it, you can read the body language, where it's coming from, that there is so much hurt behind that anger, and there is so much of sorrow behind that bitterness that they're showing it on you. You start to love it. Trust me, I've done it all. I have reacted normally, I have reacted way more than even ferocious energies would come up. We've been given each other to do this work. We're such a blessed family that way, and we all are. We're all in the same boat. There's no high or low, because that's how beautiful love is. It's the same for everybody and everything, especially animals, right? How beautiful it is to share that space of love with completely different species. Life is the same in everybody. When that clicks in your head, you're like, wow. The last thing I wanted to do, one day I just rose up with my son, every day, the wars, it was just draining. The rebellion, the wanting him to listen but he's not able to, and all these worldly things. I said, I'm gonna do this with love. And I'm able to do it. It's possible. Absolutely possible. Now that somebody's done it, I think it should be easier. Words are powerful. If I say you can do it, you should take that seriously and just go and do it. To the point where one day he also rose. He said, that's good. When you say your love is stronger than my rebellion, that's exactly what I need. You see, so sometimes weaknesses have become, that's what, accumulated energy in the kind of poses as some personality that comes through a person. But it's actually coming from a place that needs to be touched with love. And it's just gone. Boom, just like that, it's gone. And what you see behind is just a beautiful soul, beautiful person that is not any different than who you and I. Sounds saintly, sounds very, but again, we are in a place and state where all this war has been happening for ages, I guess, Now the demons, we call it whatever demonic energies, have taken on the role of digital, digital demons, digital level. Fine, you look at it, you learn from it and move on. It doesn't have to become your lifestyle, doesn't have to become your, focus, the focal point of your living and existence. Use it. We let it go. It's all the energy you give to it. How many times do we get angry because of a gadget that somebody else is taking? We're possessive about it. All these energies that we carry, that we are supposed to exercise between each other, is now gone into gadgets and objects. You see? How you live, how you are with your own self is how you're going to be with anyone else. And if you want to take it to a higher self, if you, how your relationship is with God within you, excuse me, or that with that life within you, the spirit of life within you, or love, that is how you're going to be with everything and everybody. It becomes your personality. Okay, now that I've called it out, what can I do? You create a personality that can challenge these other personalities, that is not just harmful to others, but it's harmful to you. Slow and nice, one day at a time. Then you, when all that junk clears out, you have space to be able to think, not short circuit into an emotional reaction. What they call emotional intelligence, right? To be able to think in your mind, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to say anything back. I'm going to change this. I'm going to be a different person. It can happen. That thoughts are that powerful, just with one thought. Instead of letting that negative energy of somebody devaluing you, somebody putting you down, somebody bitching at you, instead of taking offense, instead of collecting the offense, and then now you're carrying that offense and it's everywhere, right? You think a little different and it can backfire on them. They can actually be healed from not doing that to you again. It's a theory, it can be done practically. We've done it many times, it just needs to be consistent, and it can be seen. So I've been going round and round these things and I'm just laughing at it to, like an exercise of how these things, you think I'm all settled, I'm going to finish my work, and all of a sudden some new problem comes and you're like, oh wow, you have absolutely no idea that was going to happen, right? And then it derails you. That's fine, because that is how you will know that you're in a centered place. See, nothing else matters in life than doing the work to know yourself better and better. That's a long journey by itself. Then it's like an on-the-job training. As you do your things in the world, you apply it there also. I'm kind of free from the world's system, kind of. I'm hoping that we'll get there eventually, although there is this little part that keeps popping up, wanting to go get a job, there's no income, this, that fear keeps coming back at you, but you have to keep doing the same. Once you figure it out, don't keep changing that. Once you figured out the pattern, keep doing that again and again and again and again. Then it gets stronger. The whole world is working on workarounds. The whole world just fixes and fixes. No software ever works properly. Trust me, being a software programmer was different at those times. Started with Visual Basic, front end, back end, whatever. Oh, this doesn't work. It's so vast. You can't remember everything. You have to figure it out on the go. See, the teachings are right there, even in a computer. You look at the help, you look at this, you look at that, or you ask somebody who has a brain to have, absorbed all these things like a sponge. They just remember it, you do it. But you have to do it the same way every time. There's no guarantee with these things that works on a power-based, material. It's material. Only thing that remains is what's left behind in a relationship. What left behind is memories, good memories, good songs, artwork, right? All these gifts. When you give it back to God that way, surrendering, it hits you back in a much more valuable way. Very deeply touching and satisfying, actually. So we're still a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. That's why it is not intimidating. You should feel encouraged, and you should feel like, okay, there is a person just like me and you, normal person, who's able to have thoughts so wise and so beautiful. Why not me? There's no copyright here. This same spirit is within you. That spark is in everyone. And it can rise to whatever level you do the work, that level it will rise and it will bless you. It will bless you. It will come as a thought form, it will come as a word, it will come as a blessing, it will come as a good word, it will come as a good word of comfort, support. Simply sharing the goodness, spreading the goodness. It's come to that. All spirituality is simply boils down to love. And valuing that, valuing and respecting, right? It's either a complete disrespect or a complete arrogance. And between those two, there is no end to the wars and to how many different shapes and forms it can mutate into. This is priceless. Why put some value to it and bring it down when it can be priceless? Isn't it? When we give, we win freely, not bound. We will use what we want, choose the good, we search for it. Because see, if it comes easily to you, it's just out there, and that's what the world now, there's so much imbalance in somebody not having anything at all to someone having everything, but there is no character or goodness there. What is the use? What is the use of building a big house in a slum area? You stand out, yes, but in my opinion, we stand out in a very ugly way. You want to stand out as the most beautiful being created. Each one is his own masterpiece. See, that's work. Because the truth is, when we get things easily and without us doing the work, we tend to devalue it. We don't know the value of it until it's taken away. Then we see, we cry, we don't like it. But when we do the work to earn it, we seek through that pain and through the sorrow, and we seek for relief, we seek for freedom. Then when we receive it, it becomes that much more beautiful. It's valued, it's priceless, and it retains its fragrance and quality, and it remains the same for eternity. So let's not be lazy. Rise up, create a part that can do this work. We'll get used to it, like I said. We'll get used to being happy. We'll get used to experiencing the peace no matter where you're at. Trust me, I've been, I'm here not saying this because I want somebody to glorify me or to really, honestly, just sharing it to empower you, to encourage you, and to give you the feeling of, hey, I'm just like you, and if I can do it, you can also do it. Come on, just change attitude a little bit. For somebody who is at a level of, let's just say, a good teacher and a master, to say I'm a peaceful person was thrilling, and I accepted it beautifully, because again, that's a long way for me. Carrying inherited energies that are bitter all the time, exploding. It's taken some time and work, but hey, it's organic. It takes as much time as it takes. Everything in life, it gives you an opportunity to bring out the best part of you, the best character, the best virtues. See, when you talk from this side, it's very, very different. There's basically no war here. We accept it. All those things that exist. There is darkness. It's going to be there. As long as we need to understand the light, it'll be there. So thank it. apply it in your own life, in your own way. Bring that light and love, into your own self, in your own life, and then watch the miracles happen. Even without you asking, it'll be there, the blessings will be there. You'll be given the eyes to see, and you'll be given the ears to hear it. It's that sound, it's that voice that you can hear from within. It's different, It's different from what we think we are. So it completely changes you. Changes everything. Make this life a more beautiful place to be in, because it's going to go away sooner or later, So I found a way to bring back my old phone, which has a broken glass, but hey, thanks to it, to connect my microphone into it and record this, because it's bubbling, I want to continue doing the work. It just pops up in my mind, these topics and these words, and then I just go with the flow with whatever I'm experiencing. I can say I'm current now, doing my best to cope with all these gadgets and everything, but I'm hoping it will get better. But nevertheless, whether I record it or not, it's in my head, and we're all connected, like I said, in the internet. We are all heart hackers here. You just think about that person. Instead of running with thoughts of hatred, you create thoughts of love. Come on, just do it as an exercise. It'll be good for you, and it'll be good for that other person. We don't have to run away. We don't have to eliminate everybody and everything. Good things are out there in the world for us to experience and, share the joy. It's not all that bad. Every time, just in this one lifetime, I feel like personally, I have died so many times and come back alive. Literally, in my body, the healing has happened. Not by magic, but by a conscious effort of going through the pain and suffering with beautiful thoughts, praying for others instead of yelling and carrying the pain and the suffering with bitterness. You do it with love. It changes. Organically, I have healed physically. Then some things happen in the mind. Again, this might sound very quirky, but it all exists. It's happening. All the matters of the body, mind, and the spirit are happening now. And we're coming together, creating a balance, because we need all three in order to feel like a complete being. Just the other day, I had this very, very intense dream where something is coming out of me and everybody's around thinking I'm going to die. And I'm consciously even watching the breath. Is this going to be my last breath? And then I got a message from my son. He woke me up. God bless his soul. Beautiful spirit. I have never seen any soul being blessed as much as I have seen him being lifted up from his tormented state of mind or anything, even in life. Very, very hard to even get a small thing done or to bless him, whatever he is carrying, and he is playing a role. And it woke me up, but entire day my body was very affected by it. It was going through some kind of aftermath, but it happened. It's happening. I don't know how many times. I mean, if we go into the details, I don't think there will be enough pages to even record the experiences. And it changes your attitude towards life, that this is not about dying because you're suffering so much. This is about healing and living it. And then life becomes that much more precious. So many people out there, I'm sure, have gone through accidents, but they've come back alive, and now they feel refreshed and renewed and looking at life a little more differently, right? Valuing it and experiencing it with all their mind, heart, and soul, and the changed person, resurrecting again and again and again. My God, it's a powerful spirit within, to live. Very, very powerful. So, why oppose it? Why go against it? When we start doing the work together, it is that much more joyful and beautiful, and then that creates another beautiful memory. Just yesterday and today, what is it today? August 22nd. It's August 22nd, 2025, Friday. Beautiful experience of healing and coming back alive. It was whatever it was. It got cleared. It got processed in a dream. He can do anything. It's the kind of power that spirit has is you cannot really comprehend it with this finite mindset, especially when it is full of bitterness and you don't know what's going on. You don't know. That's what I'm saying. When I watched my son being blessed and graced so much, then it inspired me to do the same. I can say now I am at peace with everybody and everything. I think that hate and that offenses, it's all gone. So now I'm ready, I'm prepared. Even if it comes at me again, I have to see what I will do. Maybe I will just radiate love and it will get diffused. I don't know. See, you're the best person to track all that, what's happening in your life. I mean, one has to be on the path of truth and honesty and all that. I'm not on the side of pure forms of evil energies. I don't want to go there. Although we've been through a lot of experiences even in those areas. But there's no fear, because that love is so powerful, especially when it comes from within. I'm able to love, I'm able to say these things, it's beautiful. Then you realize that there is something inside of us that is much more than what we think we are. So much bigger than what is confined in this body. And you never know just by looking at a body what a person is going through, what they're thinking. So why be deluded, run with that, those thoughts in our mind that we know we have perceived it. We know what that other person is thinking. Let's not fool ourselves, right? Lying to ourselves that we're fooling others, we're deceiving others, we're betraying others, and we're taking credit for that. We're, I think, fooling our own self. There is that energy of witness, right? It's following you, it's tracking you, knows the truth. Why would it dance around with lie? It won't. It will just remain as truth simply. And it won't even react. It won't react with offense or anything because it's not getting offended. Love, simply, it just loves. It doesn't care how you have been, what you've been doing. It doesn't care. I'm here to love you now. Even if you're not receiving it, doesn't matter. It's still there. That's my journey with my son. It's still ongoing. It's beautiful. All these clashes would happen, and again we'll come back together in love and back to back sessions. Amazingly intense, beautiful family is being created here, and we're being examples. Still there's a long way to go, but we're connected in the spirit and in the soul, and so is every other family out there. So we are all like one big whole family. At what level you understand it depends on the experience that we're having. That's what life has been given to us, is what we make of it. And whether we change or remain the same, we will be blessed. So receive that gift. The gift is what that gift is. It's life itself. So why stagger around holding on to tiny little gifts that we think is permanent or is going to stay forever, when we can choose the gift of life and love, receive it, accept it, and from that place we can manage anything. Broken computers, we can manage shutting down of power or anything, storms, we can. It's miraculous. It's not even magic, it's science, it's practical, you see. So I'm very grateful. Whatever happened just the other day, I think I'm feeling renewed and resurrected once again. And I thank God, I thank love, whatever is out there that is beautiful in the form of love and life. I'm grateful and I'm looking forward to a lot more experiences to live, to share, to give, and to receive. Amen.